The line in Rishi Sunak's speech, which was rather brilliant, that Nicola Sturgeon may have to go down for very different reasons. Um, I don't know how many different variations of going down you can think of, but Rishi Sunak's speechwriter clearly had a few in mind, and um, the he's he's being reported to the police for compromising the independence of Operation Branch Form, um, and and this under Scottish law, from the from the point that enquiries start to be made, you aren't supposed to be compromising, be discussing an ongoing investigation. Um, and this is an investigation into Nicola Sturgeon's finances, um, rather than her posturing. And the Prime Minister, this is the person who runs the Alba party, he's the Alba General Secretary, said the Prime Minister is commenting on and making an assumption about a live Police Scotland investigation. In Scotland, contempt applies from arrest, not from charging. Operation Branch Form is investigating serious matters of the utmost importance to Scotland and involving trust in politics. It's too important a matter to allow interference from the Prime Minister in this act of contempt when many people await the facts of Police Scotland's investigation. And Police Scotland and Downing Street have both been contacted by the newspapers for further comment. I don't imagine this is going to go anywhere, but it is an interesting. It enlivens Rishi Sunak's speech in a way that maybe was not intended, and it was probably the best joke in the speech. There weren't very many. It was a very relaxed speech. It was short on applause. It did receive a standing ovation at the end. And I think all the way through the speech, the only thing really you were waiting for was HS2, and when HS2 had gone, there wasn't really much more that was delivered except for the stuff about education, which is all down to the insanity of a few advisors. HS2 was inevitable given the new advisor who has entered Downing Street for Rishi Sunak, Andrew Gilligan, who is a sound individual. Andrew Gilligan, we knew from the offset, is opposed to HS2. He's described, I think, as rabidly opposed. Anything I could say about Andrew Gilligan, one of the HS2 executives, to say would be unprintable. And Gilligan is the person who, of course, was involved in the controversial BBC reporting about the Iraq War. And when he left broadcasting, when he left newspapers, he was involved as a cycling commissioner for Johnson when he was mayor of London, and he's now returned to Downing Street as a transport advisor. But he has always been rabidly anti-HS2. I mean, he's right. He's right. Gilligan wrote in 2010, I think, that HS2 had been based on some deeply shaky assumptions. The line will not be green, it will not greatly benefit the economy, and most remarkably of all, he said, it will probably make your journey slower, not faster. I went on from there, and I said it's going from Birmingham to London, not quite from Birmingham and not quite to London, but I believe now it is going all the way, except that a lot of the redevelopment in Euston is now going to be redeveloped again, and we're going to have houses and other things built there too. So, houses next to the railway line. There we are. That would be lovely. So I think calling out Rishi about Nicola Sturgeon at least makes the conference speech an event, does it not?